children. Right, we're going to do a little bit of phonics and we're going to talk about something called alliteration. So grown-ups, this is something we've talked about with children before in nursery. It's quite a long word, but it just means that we're listening for sounds that repeat themselves at the beginning of words. We find this happens a lot in a lot of the books we're reading. In fact, in Fox and the Star, there was a nice one where it said, "Fox felt fine." And it's about identifying those sounds at the beginning of words that are similar. You're probably doing this with your children anyway. So, for example, games that you may have played even when you were a child, like I Spy, when you take it in turns to look round and say, "I spy with my little eye something beginning with S," and then you look for anything that begins with S, and it just helps children begin to recognise those sounds. When you're playing I Spy, it's important to make sure you take it in turns. So you do one turn of I Spy and then they do the other thing. There's other games we can play as well. So Silly Soup is another one that we've been doing where we look for objects that begin with the same sound. And another game you might want to play with children is making their monsters. So I've got this monster here, and once you've made your monster, you can then think up a silly name for it. Now this can be made up of real words, or if you prefer, it can be made up of just crazy nonsense words. The more, the better. So this one here, let's hear if we can hear the sound at the beginning of each word. Hello, my name is Ping, Pang, Poo, Pop. What sound can you hear at the beginning of each of those words? I think it's a. So the letter name is P, but the letter sound is P. This is my next monster. What one can we see here? Let's try and read them. Ziggy, Zop, Zinny, Zag. I can hear a Z sound. So the letter name is Z. The letter sound is Z. And my other monster is Sipso, Solly, Sop Sop. What sound can you hear? S. So the letter name is S. The letter sound is S. So maybe at home you could make some of your monsters, you could draw them, or you could make them out of modelling, and then give them some really silly names. And you could carry on, they could have silly names and they could do silly actions, all beginning with the same letter. So send me in what you've done so we can have a look. And also you might want to get your parents to teach you some tongue twisters, because those are also very good for hearing the initial sounds and lots of alliteration, and they're quite tricky. So there's one called Peter, Pictor, Pipper, Pickled Peppers. I find those tricky. I'm sure you'll do a better job than me. So see if you can find any tongue twisters as well. Okay, I'm looking forward to seeing lots of crazy monsters with even crazier names. Okay, bye.